Hi guys, welcome back to my channel World of Flutter. So today we are going to look at the implementation of Flutter Staggered Grid View. If you want to see a close implementation of Staggered Grid View, Aligned Grid View, Masonry and Stair, then please watch this video till the very end because we are going to cover all of it. And license is MIT, which means it's a good package, and publisher is Romain. So also likes, pub points and popularity is 100%, which means it's very efficient. And the platform on which we can use this is Android, iOS, Linux, Mac OS, Web and Windows. So let's start with the installing. So in installing, go to installing tab and you can either run this command in your terminal or else you can just take this line of code, paste it in your YAML file and run pubget. So I already have a piece of code with me. It's a pretty basic UI with an app bar and just a container, empty container in the body. Okay, so I'll go to the YAML file and under dependencies I'll just copy this line of code and paste it and I'll run pubget. Okay, once I run pubget, in the messages tab here you'll get a messages tab, and in the messages tab you will be able to see process finished, which means that it's now imported in your project. And then we can go to the import line and we can copy this line from here and we can paste it wherever we want to use it. So I'm going to use it in main.dart, that's why I've pasted it here. So right now it's gray because it's unused, of course, but when we use it, it will become green automatically. Okay, now let's go to the readme. So in the readme, we can see that we have different layouts. We have staggered with us, we have masonry, we have quilted, we have woven, then we have staired, and we have aligned also. So I'm going to show 4 of these to you right now, and it's very easy to implement if you see. Okay, so let's first of all start with aligned. Okay, so I'm just going to copy this line of code totally. I'm going to paste it and I'll show you what the code means basically. So first of all, I'll just make a column to show 2 of the examples together, and then we'll go to one by one page view. So in the column I have children. In children, the first child will be this aligned grid view, and I am going to not use style. Instead, I'm going to use a plain container. Tile is something their own widget, so we don't have it. If you want to create, you can create it. Otherwise, I'm just going to use a container here. Okay, and I'm going to give the color of the child first, then we can give color. So child will be my text that says hello. Okay, and to make it prettier, I'll just wrap it in a center, and that's up to you. You want it, you can do it. And I'll just give the container a pink color. Okay, and I'm going to wrap this with an expanded. So you can see I am getting this. I'm getting my container. So this is now unlimited number of containers. You can see that I'm scrolling. You can see I'm scrolling it, but it's not ending. So if I want a particular item, then I can give item count. Let's say I give 4, and instead of cross axis count as 4, I'll give 2. So cross axis count basically tells us that how many we are going to see in one row. So if you want 2, then you can give 2 and 2 will be shown. If you give more than 2, let's say 3 you give, so it will be like this. So that's up to you how you want to show it. If you want to see it even more prettier, then just give a width and height to your container, it will be better. Okay, and this main axis and cross axis spacing is given for the spacing, that the white lines that you're seeing in between. So this the main axis is horizontal for grid view, aligned grid view, and vertical is for cross axis. So if you just, let's say, comment out the main axis, then you'll only see the cross axis. Okay, and spacing you can give as much as you like, that's up to you. So I've taken 4 here, which was given in the package right here, that's the same. So you can use whatever you want. Okay, now let's say I don't want a single container like same data in all of them. I want different colors in the container with different text like this. So I'll need to make a list first. So in order to make a list, let's go above the build method and I'll just make a list of widgets. Okay, now it's up to me whether I want different widgets or I want same widget different content. That's up to me. So I'm going to name it as grid view widgets and I'm going to make a list. Okay, in the list I'm going to make a simple list with a container which has a color of let's say blue, and a child with a text. Let's say let's put it in a center so it will look neat. I'll give a text as 1 because this is our first container, and I will also like to give some height. So I'm going to give a height and a width also. Okay, and I'm going to make this as constant. So I'll just copy this container and I'll paste it 4 times. That's it. Okay, and once that's done, I can change the color as green, content as 2, then here I'll give as brown and content as 3, and here I'll give red and content as 4. Okay, now okay, there is some issue. Const is okay, fine. So I need to remove the const here, apparently, because I made a list inside my, like, above my build method. So I'll just remove that and I'll do a hot restart. Okay, I know why it's not displaying. So let's just go there in the container. We forgot to change it. So now I'll use a list, my list. Now I'll do a hot reload. You'll be able to see. So like, I'm able to see my list now. Now if I want to use let's say some other align, let's say instead of aligned I want to use staggered, just copy paste this and I'm going to use it in another expanded. So if you don't use expanded in a column, then you'll get errors. So it's better that you use it in the first place. Okay, you can remove the const, and again they're using tile, so we don't want tile, we want list that we have made. So I'll give it 0. Okay, similarly I will just copy this and paste it here as well for 1. Then I'm going to paste it here for 2. Oh, okay. Now I'll paste it here for 3, and I'm going to paste it here for, okay, 4 we don't have, so I'll just remove it altogether. If you have more number of items, you can add accordingly. So I have 4 only now, so 0, 1, 2, 3, that's it. And I'm going to reload. So you can see, since I have used expanded and the flex is 1 by default, so I'm getting my like, both of my child are equal spaces. I'm getting, okay, the page is divided by half. So you can see both of them are in one page. So you can put it in a column also, that's up to you. Okay, so this is staggered and this is aligned. Now I want them to be in separate pages. Let's say that would be pretty clean. So I'll just use page view instead of column, and I'll just remove this widget, or else instead of, yeah, I'll just remove it. Let's just show you first that. I'll just remove it, and you can see this is the first page and this is the second page. So if you like swipe right, then you'll be able to see. If you swipe left, then you'll get aligned. If you right, then you get staggered. Okay, now I want a title also, and I want more of these. So I don't know which grid view it is. Okay, so I just want to put something out there to tell the person who's seeing this that what it is. So I'll just wrap it in a column, and once it's in a column, again we need expanded, and your one child is your grid view, and the first child I want it to be a container. Container's child will be again center with a child of text, and that text will be aligned aligned grid view. Okay, and I'm going to give some styling to the text also, because for container I want the color to be black. So that's pretty easy to look at. Then I'm going to use text style, and color I'm going to give white, and also I'll just like to give some font size of 15 because I want my container's height to be 20 or 30, let's say. Okay, and constant is there, and again we forgot the comma, so we put that there. And I'll just copy this container, put this inside a column, then expanded, and I'll just paste it. So now if you see, I'm getting one container, so it's a column with one element, one child as my container with the title, and the other child is as the grid view. And similarly for okay, here I need to change the name for staggered, so I'll just give staggered instead of aligned. Now if you see, staggered grid view, aligned grid. Similarly you can make for the others as well. Okay, so this is very simple. Same pretty much when you use count, so you have same functions like cross axis count, main axis spacing, cross axis spacing, item count, like that. Okay, and they have used a staggered grid tile, which also has a count function, so that is how they are making it. And in the child they can use a container also. You can use any type of widget you like. This is a custom made widget, I guess, that they are using, so you can check this widget out. I think they will be having it in their examples, like in the repo here. So you can click here, you can go to their GitHub repo and you can check it out there. Okay, and similarly for aligned also we are having same thing. Now I'm going to show you let's say masonry. Okay, because masonry is not used, okay, masonry is also using count, or else I can show you staired, because I think staired is using custom. Yeah, so staired is using custom, so I'm going to use staired to give you one more example. And let's just copy this first, and I'm going to make one more inside my page view. I'm going to make one more column that again has children has expanded. So first of all I'm going to paste it like this. Then again I don't want tile, of course. I want a grid view widgets list that I have, and I want the index to be there, and I want to return it. Okay, and after this I want the child count as 4, otherwise it will give me error. And we are going to copy paste the container once again and change the name, of course, title. Okay, and title this will be staired. Let's just see. So we have aligned, we have staggered, and we have staired. So you can see staired 1 2 3 4, like this it will be. Okay, so they have given cross axis spacing, main axis spacing, and for custom they're using a grid view dot custom. So in custom you have to give the grid delegate, and generally we use silver staired grid delegates. Of course, if you want a staired composition, then you'll use that. And similarly there is a staired grid tile that you can use. Okay, so yeah, we can add const also, that's up to you. You can add const here also, that will also work fine. Okay, and yeah, that is your staired. Now let's say I want masonry also, so let's just quickly make masonry. So again I'll have one more column, children, and I'll paste the container this time first for masonry, and then we have expanded, and I'll just copy the masonry code. So in masonry also we are using count. So you can see here, if you go to masonry, you can see we have count. We'll copy this and we will paste it. And again we don't need tile, we are going to use the list that we made above. So list.index, and cross axis count this time I want 3, let's say. And item count I think we should give, otherwise it will throw error. So I have 4 items, so I'll just give item count as 4. And we're having some error. Okay, I know. Okay, yeah. So I have hot reload, and there is one more masonry grid. So this time I gave 3, that's why it's looking like this. If I give 7, it will look something like this. So it's up to you how many items you have and how you want to show it. So you can give accordingly, cross axis count and item count. Okay, so this is the example for 4 different types of grid views: staggered, masonry, aligned, and staired. Okay, and this is in separate page views if you want it like this, or else you can like make it in one page also, like I showed you in the first example. I made a single column, and in the column I had 2 expanded. And expanded also you can give flex, and if you want, let's say, aligned to be more than staired, occupying more area than staired, then you can give flex as 2:1, like that. Okay, so this is pretty much the summary and implementation of the Flutter Staggered Grid View. If you like it, then please like, share, subscribe. And if you want me to cover a certain topic of Flutter, a certain package of Flutter, then please do write in the comment section. I'll make videos on those as well. And thank you so much. That's all for today, and I'll see you all in my next video.